Hello everyone. This video will be addressed to director, creator of the final experiment. Sounds like a final solution, Duffy. I was a member of the Flat Earth movement since it started, officially at 2014. In 2015, I was very close to Eric Dubay when his old IFERS forum was taken down, and in 2015 when he created the new one. First Flat Earth video was published by Matt Powerland in the 2011, but movement officially started in 2014 when Eric Dubay published his first Flat Earth book called Flat Earth Conspiracy. And in November 2014, Eric Dubay created video on his YouTube channel under same name. It was the first Flat Earth video created by Eric Dubay. The story goes that Eric received Flat Earth books from Michael Paul Bales from London, who was actually in the Flat Earth conspiracy before Dubay and who actually gave idea to Dubay about Flat Earth. Then in the 2015 we had only one Flat Earth Facebook group, and it was called Flat vs Spherical Earth Discussion, something like that, created by Darrell Fox, where I was posting a lot in the 2015. Actually, the smartest people and the intellectual elite of the world who actually have the critical thinking was in that movement in 2015, believing that it was a real movement. And the smartest people who actually are questioning reality and official media brainwashing agendas. But it is all too long subject. Maybe I will talk about it in some of the next videos. People who was in the Flat Earth movement in the beginning in 2015 can't be compared intellectually with those who joined much later, because at the time it was all new and we didn't have available informations. In the 2017 I'm starting to realize that on the one side we have genuine idea of the earth being flat, and on the other side we have corrupted movement, PSYOP movement of the flat earth, where leaders are on purpose associating genuine idea of the flat earth with the most bizarre claims that are easy debunkable. I realized that the movement has a goal to collect smartest people of the world and to mislead them with false information that in the end will be proved as false, so those people would get disappointed and would not ask any questions anymore. In 2017, I proved to myself that there is 24 hours sun in Antarctica, but I still don't believe in official heliocentric system and in official rotating globe theory. So I have two requests for Will Duffy and two questions, and I hope that he will respond. First is, if you really want to prove that Earth is a physical globe, why don't you take flat earthers in International Space Station to observe a real globe? Point is that scientists who created the globe theory, they never saw a globe, but they created a model of it so it fits the illumination of the sun and the distances between points on the earth. So they created a model that fits in what we observe on Earth, but they never actually saw that model, nor did they saw heliocentric model like the solar system. The scientists created the model, imaginary model of the globe and imaginary model of the heliocentric system, starting from observation inherent to human mind and human senses, observations made from the surface of Earth, assuming that the sun also works in the way that human senses observe it. The globe as imaginary model was created in the capacity with the human senses and observations. From human standpoint of view and from the surface of Earth, it is not that someone rose above Earth and saw the globe Earth. In my opinion, all NASA photos are fake and photoshopped. So, why don't you take flat earthers on International Space Station to be able to see the whole globe Earth and to prove that it is really existing in the physical form and not just as a theory that satisfies measurements and lighting. So Duffy, you did prove that there is 24-hour sun in Antarctica, and I showed that in 2017 when I made my videos about Ushuaia. But if sun is circling around observer in Antarctica 24 hours, as you showed, then it debunks heliocentric model. So my second request is to take flat earthers to observe 24 hours sun exactly on the South Pole. Why? Well, because according to the globe theory, we see sun circling around us because of Earth rotation. So, sun is immovable, but we see that it circling us because we are moving and we are rotating on Earth. On the South Pole, Earth rotation is 0. Observer standing on the South Pole is not moving, right? Because Earth is not rotating exactly on the South Pole. Observer who is standing on the South Pole and who is watching the sun, he should see sun immovable. Sun should not circulate around observer who is standing on the South Pole, right or not? Eventually, sun would circle around observer on the South Pole once a year due to revolution of Earth around sun. But in the reality, observer on the South Pole see the sun is circling him every day. So the sun makes one circle around observer on the South Pole. And that is impossible in the heliocentric model. How you, Duffy, would explain that? Because all theories of the globe model are connected to heliocentric model. And if heliocentric model falls, then the globe also falls. In the heliocentric theory, this was the position of Earth regarding sun when you was in the Glacier camp. You was on the bottom of Earth, next to huge and far away sun, immovable sun, and you was making a rotation on the bottom of Earth close to immovable South Pole.
winter solstice. On the 21st and 22nd of December, the overhead sun is over the Tropic of Capricorn. It receives the largest amount of solar radiation. On this day, the northern hemisphere is in the winter solstice, while the southern hemisphere is in the summer solstice. The angle of the sun decreases towards the poles. On this day, the length of daytime in the northern hemisphere is the shortest in the year, while that of the southern hemisphere is the longest in the year. There are 24 hours of darkness at the Arctic Circle and 24 hours of daylight at the Antarctic Circle.
Glacier Camp is not far from South Pole, so this would be speed rotation in the Glacier Camp. You made one rotation for a day, individual rotation while sun was on your side, not moving. So then answer me, why you saw sun circling above you in the circle when you should have seen sun moving in angle of maybe 30 degrees for a day and back? 12 hours you should have seen sun moving from left to right, and the next 12 hours you should have seen sun moving opposite, going back in the original position. Because half of the day you was above the South Pole and above the Earth axis, and half of the day you was below the South Pole and the axis of Earth. To explain it better, half of the day you was rotating from the right to left, and half of the day, 12 hours, you was rotating from left to right. So how is possible that in this heliocentric model you actually saw sun rotating above your heads in the Glacier Camp? Because that fact debunks heliocentric model and rotation of Earth. So imagine that this is sun and this is the ball Earth, right? Ball Earth. So this should be the South Pole, and here should be the Glacier Camp where final experiment took place. And according to the official theory, Earth is rotating like this, right? And Glacier Camp is rotating from here to here in one day. So let's see if it is a case how they from here would see the sun. So this would be the view from Glacier Camp of the sun. They would see sun like this if Earth is rotating as they say. This is how they would see the sun from the Glacier Camp. And if they would be on the South Pole where the rotation is 0, then this is how they should see the sun. Fixed, yes, or eventually a bit moving due to revolution of Earth, like this.